talk about that.
Well, God, you know.
Oh man. So, look, there's nothing wrong with showing emotion, with crying. Jordan Peterson, however, has cried countless times over things that aren't anything important, which goes on to why he gets mocked incessantly for this sort of reaction. And there's other replies of this nature. Here's Pretty Bad Lefty, say it to my face, with Jordan Peterson again in tears. And let me get to some crazy tweets. Okay, so this is, you have to understand the larger context here. It's, first of all, if you're not on Twitter, good, don't bother. It's not worth it. But if you are likely already aware of Jordan Peterson and what he is like on Twitter, and just generally. But he really shows, it really is the I don't know, the pure distillation of what Peterson is displayed through his Twitter account. So this is a great one because his daughter actually replies to it. Peterson retweets this clip from Pearl, who we don't have to explain who Pearl is. I don't want to explain. Basically, she's your typical conservative who is hired to, or I should say hired. I'm sure she does her own stuff, but has found her lane where she can be a woman who hates other women, just like there are black men or black women who hate black people that are also conservative propagandists, or like there's a Dave Rubin who's gay who hates gay people. This is what these people are hired to do. Pearl, I think, I feel like she actually believes this shit, but regardless, it doesn't matter. She posted here, outside of reproduction, society would function fine without women. To which Peterson replies, but who would keep the decorative pillow manufacturers in business? And his daughter replies to this, saying, your business would definitely take a hit, Dad. This is resentful. This is a resentful woman who hates other women, tells them they're useless after 35, and continues to propagate red-pilled lies. Just because the left is crazy doesn't mean people like this aren't. Which goes to show, look, you could have passed this off as Jordan Peterson almost making fun of Pearl here, which he's not. But if you didn't know any better, you may think that. But the fact that Mikhaila Peterson feels the need to reply here publicly to what he is saying goes to show you that this is likely something that Peterson is also, another hole Peterson is falling down. And this is really what his bread and butter is hating on trans people for simply existing. So this is another tweet that he replies to. Toronto Star here with the report, gender affirming clinic to privatize services after OHIP cuts. There is an incredible dearth and lack of care for people who are trans. I have covered in several videos now the underfunding and defunding of healthcare in Ontario under the conservative Doug Ford government. And this has been one of the examples that have come out of that. So because they now lack care, or I should say funding from OHIP, from the Ontario Health Insurance Plan, they are now forced to privatize to be able to continue operating their business. Anyways, the real takeaway here is that less people are getting access to important services that they need. Peterson, though, what is his takeaway? Haven't you pathetic virtue signaling? Sorry, he said I signaling? So even the typos, man. Haven't you pathetic virtue eye signaling scoundrels got anything better to do? No wonder you're broke. But why, I suppose, is the fault of evil capitalism, rather than your own stunning and constantly displayed inadequacy? No, it's because the funding dropped for them. That's the problem here. It's not the fault of evil capitalism is actually why they're able to continue existing. So in this case, you could actually say, well, thank God for capitalism because they can still exist. But ultimately, that also is not the takeaway, to be clear. But if you're going to, that isn't even what they're saying here. They're simply saying that in order to keep going without funding from the government, they have to move to privatization. But his takeaway here is that this is pathetic virtue signaling. This is a clinic that many people relied on. And to call it virtue signaling would assume that it's just, oh, these people are just, some group that just tries to generate buzz out of their support for the LGBTQ community, would know this is an actual clinic that provides services that people use. But this is the common theme throughout all of his posts around this issue in particular. Here's another one that he replies to. Biden here saying something fairly innocuous. Love is love. No one should face discrimination because of who they are or whom they love. Congress must pass and send me the Equality Act. It's time we codified protections for the LGBTQI plus community. To which Peterson quote tweets, "That's two SLGBTQI plus, bucko, at least for today. And don't forget it, Joe Biden, you damn bigot." Again, trying to create something out of nothing here. And then he screenshots the Canadian government and their acronym. Like, you're quote tweeting Joe Biden. at least I don't know, try and maintain some kind of consistent argument here and maybe bring up what the US government has said about this or another American group and their terminology. But you go to the Canadian government. Okay. And this one is wild to me because it's completely unprompted. This account has like 1,000 followers. This is no one famous. Peterson tweeting here, "Prison for the worshippers of Moloch who did this and the lying therapist who enabled it. No science justifies this. No compassion requires this. Prison! Enforced sterilization is an internationally recognized crime against humanity." He is freaking out over this person being happy. They posted puberty blockers at 15, estrogen at 16, castration at 19, happiness at 20. This person is happy. They are posting that, hey, I'm trans and now I get to be who I am and I'm happy. And he's losing his mind calling it enforced sterilization when this person is a happy adult who made this decision themselves. And this is the reason I'm showing this. This isn't just Peterson. This is the underlying thought process for all of these freaks, for all of these people that are trying to control others and trying to keep people from being happy. It's just they want to control them for their own purposes. Not for, like, the idea that oftentimes they try to moralize their position here that, you know, they're on the correct side. You know, we tell you what to do. We are right. You are keeping people from being happy. That's what you're arguing. You are arguing against people being happy, people being who they are, private citizens just being who they are. This person with like no followers, he quote tweets and goes after for their own happiness. Clearly someone in Peterson who is not very happy himself. Here's another example, this isn't Peterson, but this is just an example generally of what trans people deal with on a regular basis. Olivia Hill tweeting out here, "This interaction is the perfect encapsulation of what it means to be transgender right now." So this account from Katie tweeted out, "Saw a seagull abduct and tried to eat a gosling today. I tried to rescue it, but it got away with it. Nature is so grim." And Jeremy Nova, unprompted, replies, "Nobody cares what kind of sex you have. Just stop telling kids about it." What? Like, what? What? But again, the hate towards trans people is completely unprompted, and it often is simply an expression of the hate that people like Jeremy feel themselves. Few last things here, just to show you Peterson's losing his mind. He has at least a couple tweets in the past 24 hours with this image of Joker losing his mind. Probably trying to tell us something. So he tweets out here, "Oh good, the woman who taught Jagmeet Singh to lead now runs Toronto," referring to Olivia Chow, who I covered yesterday, who was now the new mayor in Toronto. She apparently was the first mentor of Jagmeet Singh. Very cool. And just like, I don't even know. Jagmeet Singh is not a threat. The NDP are in a far third place. The NDP have done very little under Jagmeet Singh. So the idea that you would be losing your mind, even if you were against what Jagmeet Singh is fighting for, The idea that you would be losing your mind because